All right, let's try this again. So we are going to talk about constructions a little bit in this video. So there are two types of compasses that you can use that are acceptable for geometry. The red one here is one that's a little more traditional, probably what a lot of people are used to seeing as far as a compass goes for geometry. The one here that's clear, this is called a bullseye compass, also acceptable. I actually prefer using this one myself because it not only acts as a compass, but it also already has a straight edge built in. If you use the red compass here, then you need a straight edge. Now, a straight edge does not need any type of measurements. It could just be the side of an edge of a piece of paper. It could be the edge of a book. It doesn't matter. A straight edge doesn't have to have measurements. In fact, neither a compass nor a straight edge really requires any type of measurements on them. Most of them today do have measurements on them, but we don't use them when doing a construction. So we're going to start off with our basic compass here, and we're going to show how to copy a line segment. So first, I'm going to draw a line segment using my ruler. Doesn't matter how long I make it. I'm not looking at the measurements at all. This is segment AB. Now, once I have that segment drawn, the first step in copying that segment is to draw another line segment. So we're going to have just another line segment. Now, if I look at that, I can tell, oh, that's not long enough. So just make sure that whatever line segment you draw is long enough. So I'm going to extend it a little bit further. Again, it doesn't matter if it's too long. Yeah, there's no such thing as too long here. So we have our new segment, which is definitely longer than our original. We're going to mark an endpoint to start from. So I'm going to call this point A as well. And then to copy the original segment, we take our compass. We set our compass so that it is open to the same width as the original line. Swing an arc there to make sure that's going through it. Yep. So I'm going from endpoint to endpoint, coming down here to my new point and swinging that same arc. So now I can see where the other endpoint should go. So this would be my new B. So now the length of this segment AB and the length of this segment AB, or if you want to use different letters, you could call it CD. Those two are congruent to one another. They are the exact same length. We didn't have to measure anything in order to create those. We just used the straight edge and the compass. Now, the other tool, the other compass that I like is this one. Now, so we can do the exact same thing with it. All right, we're going to start over. We have our original line. I'm going to call it AB this time, just like I did last time. And then we're going to make a new segment. This time I'll call it CD. Again, it doesn't matter how long you make it. I'm going to start with an endpoint. I'm going to call this endpoint C this time. And I'm now going to copy the length of AB down here to the length for CD. With this compass, instead of having the point and a pencil, I have a bullseye and the part that my pencil goes into. So I put the bullseye over the first dot, hold it there, and then take the bullseye, sorry, the slide. I'm going to push down and adjust it so I can see the other endpoint. So now I have at the bullseye one endpoint, and there where my pencil goes, I have the other endpoint. So I'm going to just mark it off, make sure that I had it. Yep, I went through it. We're good. Then we're going to come down here, put the bullseye on the new endpoint, put my pen in the hole, and swing an arc. Once I do that, I can label my new endpoint as endpoint D. So now AB and CD are the same length. And that's the basic way to use those two compasses for our first construction of copying a segment. All right, so I'll see you in class tomorrow.